It was like another life. Everything made sense to you.
Oh, you're back already? Wait, so you flew in on that?
Now, every voice a tight beam.
Prodigen will easily turn this into a massacre if they want. We need him alive!
Locked on to you, like a torpedo.
Do not interfere.
Hello crows and non-crows alike, my name is Joe Mack, otherwise known as Support Crow, and today we are going to look over the gameplay for the Expanse Osiris Reborn. This is the gameplay trailer that came out a few days ago, so without further ado, let's get into it. So for the most part, I think this is the attack on the Pinkwater security station after you come back from your shore leave on Eros. And for those of you who don't know, Eros is kind of like this important event in the Expanse. This is kind of spoiler territory, by the way. But long story short, something really bad happens on Eros and you kind of steal the ship and then kind of bring it back to Pinkwater security station. Prodigen, the people that you stole the ship from, want their ship back, which is why they are here at the station. And ooh, that's choppy. That's choppy. I'm so sorry. So here, yeah, we can see it right here on there, on this guy's breastplate. This guy is a Prodigen soldier. I did feel bad for him, but now, you know, Prodigen is not up to any kind of good. And so I'm wondering who's shooting. I keep trying to catch the thing. Aha, there we go. All right, let's see. Some kind of scientist dude, maybe? He's looking like a scientist. What does that say in the back there? What's this saying? I think that says transport node something or other. I don't know. Maybe, is this Ganymede? I think this, you know, the greenness here is kind of reminding me of Ganymede, so this might not be in the station. Ganymede, by the way, is like this outer space agricultural facility that's on the moon, Ganymede. Now, she says, hey, I'm surprised you're back already, and you arrived on that. So I'm assuming that this is the Pinkwater security station, that she is a member of the station, that this is right after Eros, and I'm assuming what she is referring to is the ship that is actually highly advanced. I really like the detail of the texture here. This would, of course, be the ship in question. Again, I like the detail. Tim Buck says that these are evacuation pods. Hang on, what's that behind? What's that behind us? Get back here. Get back here. This thing. What is this thing? This is Jupiter. That's not the sun. What is this thing? And what's that? Hello? Who are you, my friend? There's something on our tail. And this must be the big boss of the Pinkwater security station. This is us, our main character, and our twin brother. Again, I'm digging the detail here. This is Michael DeGarmo. This is his armor, I can tell because of the whole shoulder pad thing. I'm not sure who we need alive. Who are you? I don't want to say this is the main character because, you know, why are we taking orders from Michael? Staff quarters. Again, this is the greenness here, a Ganymede. A little bit of red in the background. Maybe an alarm is going off. I really like this gun. Wait a minute, what's this? Hello, what are you? Ah, a United Nations symbol. That's very interesting because Michael DeGarmo, the guy who's like issuing the order here, like, hey, we need him alive. And this person's going forward. I don't know, this doesn't exactly strike me as United Nations. This strikes me as Belter armor, you know, with the duct tape and the little bumper sticker looking shit over here. Belter equipment is very rough housed, you know, they kind of work with what they have, you know. It doesn't look pretty, but it is efficient. Well, actually, I take that back. It might not be pretty or efficient, but it'll get the job done. Yeah, these are just a bunch of little stickers that says warning and caution and stuff. Why would someone with Belter armor be carrying around a United Nations rifle? Unless it's someone that we've customized personally, but why would the main character be taking orders from Michael? I am very confused. Oh, we got another person here. I'm pretty sure this is the same rifle. Interesting. That's Michael again. Oh, that's a fun shot. Look at that guy smiling. Oh, he's having the time of his life. This guy's just like, yeet. I really want a better shot of this. I need to just adjust. That's not what I'm looking for. Playback speed. Why did I not think about this sooner? There we go. That's a lot better. Okay, so we got some kind of smoke grenade thing going on. Another United Nations rifle. This is a different kind of armor set. Okay, yeah, so this looks like a United Nations armor set, or at least that looks like a United Nations label. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see because I think that's the crest right there. And the color palette is the same as Michael's, who we know was at the very least a United Nations soldier. So in his character bio, it says that he was a soldier from Earth who kind of gave up that lifestyle to become a mercenary. We don't know when that is. So that could very well be in the game, that transition from being a United Nations soldier to a mercenary. What if joining our team is the point where he becomes the mercenary? And what if this person right here is our main character? And this person right here is a member of his team that is probably not gonna make it. I've got a funny feeling, oh yeah, gosh, why am I completely overlooking this guy? I mean, I'm not overlooking him, but I'm just, oh my goodness. Okay, so this is a hybrid. This is a protogen, proto-molecule hybrid. They are created from, spoiler alert, other people. The proto-molecule is kind of this extrasolar, this alien bio, funky alien shit, essentially. It affects different things. It infects different people in different ways. It manipulates technology, manipulates biology to achieve some kind of purpose. And I'll let you figure out that purpose for yourself. One of the manipulations is creating these things. And this is partly out of the proto-molecule kind of doing its thing. It's also because of Protogen experimenting with the proto-molecule on people to try to make super soldiers. It doesn't really go well. And the end result ends up being this hybrid monstrosity. Very elite danger enemies, not something you want to face. To be honest, whenever I see anything like this, and just him looking at this guy, that's very interesting too. He is locked on to whoever this person is. That is very peculiar. So grenade goes, explosion, lots of exploding fiery nonsense. The hybrid is pushed back. I see a label. What does it say? It says Ganymede. I was right. This is Ganymede. We are coming across that thing in Ganymede. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. So we're jumping out of wherever we were down this elevator looking shaft thing. That's a face right there. Can I see whoever? Whoa. Oh wow, that's a little rough right here. Hello, is that Safar? Maybe that's Safar. I don't know. The facial hair is kind of, I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe that is Safar. Okay, so I'm gonna go off on a limb here and say that these are Protogen bad guys. These are definitely Protogen. That's definitely Protogen. Protogen heavies. I'm not sure who these people are. They're just sort of chilling out. I'm gonna hazard a guess to say that this is one of the main villains of the game. Maybe not like the villain. I think it's a little I feel like it's kind of early to see the main villain of the game. We're a year out. Main villain sidekick. That's what I'm calling this. Given that people aren't like freaking out, so maybe they've come in peace, but this does not look like a good situation. Yeah. Villain vibes, definitely, but it's still kind of early to be showing off who the main antagonist is. Owlcat Studios, or games, that's what they called, Owlcat Games. Grenade, here we go. Oh, and the UI. This is definitely our main character. Oh, we got Michael over here, too. Oh, no, wait. Okay, so these are Jay. Jay is our brother, or our twin sibling. So we got one on our left side, we got the other companion on our right side. That's interesting, that's kind of cool. We got right bumper, left bumper, and then L and RB. Plus, these are our abilities. Was Y grenade? No. Whatever this thing was grenade. Oh no, that's NA, whatever that is. That looks like prepare, and that's a weapon loadout. We got armor and health and green. It's interesting that these are two different shades of green, and we have the companion abilities next to their names. Very Mass Effect-y. Very, very Mass Effect-y. We likely, that's Jay using an ability to, I wonder what you're doing there. Clearly the sniper is a problem. Maybe we're figuring out how to deal with the problem. Wait, was that a floating body? And yep, that's a floating body. That's a dead body. Rest in peace, my dude. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was that? Where did you? Oh, cover. Oh, all right. So that's how cover highlights. That's an interesting way to display it. So we got to move our analog stick over and then press a button. Maybe? Some good old destructible environments. Okay, so we used LB and RB to activate an ability that lets us see through a bunch of shit. I imagine that we will be able to like switch out these abilities. But still, that's cool though. These people seem to be patrolling. I'm not sure. These people don't look like Protogen to me. Are these OPA? OPA means Outer Planetary Alliance or Outer Planets Alliance. They're mostly, predominantly filled up by Belters, people that live outside of Earth and Mars. Often known to be extremists. We also have a dead body on the ground here. That's unfortunate. Someone doing repairs. I think this is outside Pinkwater Security Station. Something went by. I think that was a drone. And yeah, I think that might be some kind of drone of some kind. Concussion. Alright. Yummy Mochi. Hex Club. Pawn Shop. A New Voyage. Join us. Ceres Station. Okay, so this is Ceres Station. And Ceres Station looks like it's had better days. I remember one part from the TV show of Ceres Station where it was just like this long kind of residential area where I think Miller lived there. No, it was the person he was investigating. She had an apartment up there and it looked fairly nice. It definitely looked nicer than this. That's for sure. So this is kind of down in the belly of everything. I want to say this is the market where we kind of do our market stuff, but it looks pretty disheveled. Maybe it's a mission area, but then again, we're kind of in our offshore attire here. Maybe we'll get to beat up people with our fists. That'd be cool. We got an OPA protest. This woman here shouts for the Beltalota. Remember the cants. Yes, okay. So, I can't remember if it was called Canterbury or not, but the cat was a ship, I can't remember what exactly they did. They took giant rocks and they turned them into smaller rocks and yeah. It's coming back to me. They took ice from space and brought it to Ceres because they can't. There's not exactly wells on Ceres on the asteroid belt. So you got to go out to where ice is frozen. Ice is frozen, Jesus. Oh, why does Bray not work? You gotta go out into space where water is, and water exists as these massive chunks of ice. So you gotta break those chunks up, kind of store them in your ship, and then, you're transporting them to these different stations. Without that resource, people die from not having water. It's a very crucial resource. The Cant was destroyed by, spoiler, you can fill in the blank yourself, but the Cant was a ship that was destroyed that the main characters from the TV show called home, and that kind of spirals into really major events, into this huge solar system wide conspiracy, and it's a fun time. You should really watch the TV show. Anyway, the series is absolutely livid about the Cant, not only because, they've lost their water, essentially, and secondly, the ship is full of people from Ceres, and some unknown factor just flew in and blew it up. Earth isn't taking responsibility, Mars is not taking responsibility, no one's taking any responsibility, so Ceres is just angry right now, and OPA extremists are really taking advantage of that anger. So you got all these different kinds of protests popping up and really causing a mess because the OPA are using those protests to kind of mask what they're doing. Now, granted, not all OPA elements are terrorists. They're just some really bad parts, and there are some not so bad parts. But that's kind of the nature of the situation. You got people who see the OPA as some sort of revolutionary force, and then you got some people who see them as extremists. And then you got people that are in the OPA that are trying to be like revolutionaries. And then you got people in the OPA that are definitely living up to the extremist example. So it's complicated. Anyway, I didn't mean to kind of go down that rabbit hole. Anyway, moving forward. I just read this. Shove your planets up your ass. Okay, sure. This is main character from before. I remember the caution stickers. Okay, so yeah, you are the main character here, and you're wearing Belter armor, using a United Nations rifle. Why were you taking orders from Michael? And that's Safar. Hi, Safar. That looks like a Martian helmet. Oops, sorry. This looks like a Martian helmet. You can tell because of all the black and red. It also looks a bit more sci-fi. Mars is considered to have more advanced tech. It really would not surprise me given Safar's background as a engineering specialist that if he is actually from Mars itself. Alright, we got some shit going down. OPA. This is an OPA symbol. I'm gonna say that this is Ceres. Got some people shooting up. These do not look like Protogen. I bet what's happening here is that a conversation with the OPA went sideways. And here's us. Yep, that's us. Go back to your planets. Yeah, this is definitely Ceres. Now, that's our ship. I think this is back on the Pinkwater security station. Or is this our ship, or is this somebody else's? Because Protogen also has these kinds of ships. What's going on here? So their beam was blue. Now it's kind of this weird green look to it. This looks like Safar. Yeah, so this is Safar. And this is us. At the Pinkwater security station, Safar is wearing this United Nations armor. But at Ceres in the previous shot, he's wearing more Martian stuff. So I wonder if we get to customize the armor that our companions are wearing, which would be very Mass Effect. Okay, yes, dialogue. Thank you so much, dialogue. I've been waiting a while for this. I was really interested in seeing how they would tackle dialogue. Part of me was wondering if they were doing the wheel, but at the same time, I remember that, BioWare still has the patent for the dialogue wheel, which is really stupid. They should really just release that, especially considering how lame they've been with the dialogue wheel recently. I kind of like what we got right now, though. In the middle, okay, so context, this is our character here with a different helmet, I should point out. I'm gonna say that this is a United Nations helmet, just by the look of it. It's too clean to be Belter, but it also doesn't look advanced enough to be Martian. Anyway, we're talking to somebody on our Omni tool. It's not called an Omni tool, but we might, for the purposes of this little thing going on here, this might as well be an Omni tool. We are talking to somebody we're talking to Michael, one of our companions. And he says the flamethrowers probably would have driven the mutant away, but we interfered. Now it's our job to stop it. And we have some dialogue options. In BioWare's case, we would have some kind of iconography, some kind of imagery that would show us the tone of what we are about to say. Now, granted, the dialogue will, especially in Velgard's case, it will give us like a little summary of what we're going to say, and then it will give us like a longer sentence. This is kind of the same situation. We have a little summary of what we're going to say, but what we're going to say after that doesn't exactly match what we're selecting one-to-one. Close, but not the same. Which is fine, we can deal with it. It really depends on who's writing the game. It can work out depending on proficiency. But let's look at our options here. We have, can we just fly away? Which, might fit your character if your character's more concerned about survival. However, Michael is a soldier type. He's very pragmatic. He's very, get the job done kind of person. So he might take that as a sign of cowardice. Up next we have, we are able to help. That means we have to, which is very altruistic. Michael strikes me as someone who's a bit more pragmatic, and again, more on the point of completing whatever mission needs to be completed, so he might also react negatively to that altruism. The third option down at the bottom is we risk upsetting our allies if we don't interfere, which is very pragmatic. Michael might disagree with this option, but I got a feeling that he might be more understanding in that regard. But the two options we just talked about kind of tell me about the situation. Clearly, we had a choice to make between helping Michael take care of this mutant hybrid thing or protecting our allies, to helping them out, and we clearly chose helping the allies rather than taking care of the problem. And the last two dialogue options are rather flippant, a little sarcastic. Cool guys don't run away from problems, and I've always wanted to be a monster hunter. Both are a little unserious, and I'm not sure how Michael would take those two. As to our location, I'm curious about these handrails. I think we might be in some kind of tram. And there's that green again, so I think we're back on Ganymede. And I think we are on Ganymede because we're talking about a mutant. We're talking about a hybrid. We're talking about one of those proto-molecule monster things. And we saw in the shots prior that thing was on Ganymede. So I didn't become a mercenary to run away from enemies. Cool guys solve problems with extreme prejudice. Yeah, that's a little bit of a departure from... That's a little different from cool guys don't run away from problems. I mean, that's pretty close to what the summary was. This is kind of interesting. I'm wondering... Wait a minute, this is our ship. Then what on earth is... What are you? Who are you? What is this? This looks very advanced. I'm not sure what's going on here. Are these Martians? I want to say they're protogen, but I don't know. Yeah, this is our ship. Come on now. Go back. This is our ship. That's Jupiter. I'm curious about the space station going on over here. Is this the Pink Water Security Station? You can tell we're going toward it because the thruster is facing in that direction. We got to use it to kind of slow us down. Oh, look at the backdrop of the Milky Way in the background. That's so pretty. And this is inside our ship, which is very, 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 very interesting. We got the sun, we got Earth right there. There's Jupiter, and the rings go out pretty far out, which granted, you know, it's a pretty decent sized solar system. Yeah, the pilot sits up there, and here we got some levels here. I can see flight deck. I think the one under that says armory. I could be wrong though. I'm not sure what the third one is. The fourth one says quarters. Fifth one says cargo bay. Last one is engineering. Now, this is where the pilot sits, but we have no information about who our ship pilot is. So that might be a new character. It also might be one of the few romanceables, but we don't know who that person is, so... Well, we have no choice but to get to that later. Hello, Safar. And I'm assuming one of these has to be the main character. And I'm not sure who's with us. Safar, are you wasted? That looks like booze. I'm not quite sure where we are. I don't know, it might be Pink Water Security Station. I mean, I know we got this green here, but the lighting of everything looks... I'm not sure where this is. And this is Miranda. Or, I mean, Regina. I'm not sure what's going on here, but this has to be on our ship. That's the stairs right behind her. So pulling a loaded gun on the ship captain is a little brave, And here are some of our companions. This is Jay. So Jay is the one with the necklace, which means this isn't the main character. This is our sibling getting into some trouble. So you might want to slow your roll there, pal. Here we have Safar, here we have Regina, and here we have Tio, our team doctor who does not have a doctor's license. And we seem to be discussing something. Coming up with an infiltration plan. Every good space game has an infiltration plan. This is our main character again. Tell with the labels. Then again, this could just be how Solitaire armor looks. It's Michael. This must be when we're meeting Michael for the first time. Yeah, that's Safar. Safar with the ammo. Yep, that's Safar. With the United Nations armor. Does that mean Safar is a United Nations guy? Or is it just that kind of armor? And boo. I'm not sure who this is. This is on the station. We've kind of seen this before. Calm Waters is the mission name. We're following Safar's instructions. We're likely trying to get back to our ship. Oh, there's another dead body. This is definitely Ganymede. Another dead body. There's something shiny over here. Waypoint. Here with Michael and Jay again. Oh, okay, so that other guy I might have saw earlier might have just been Jay. I noticed that Michael disappears every once in a while during this mission, even though this is clearly still Ganymede. I hope he's okay. That makes sense. Okay, so earlier we are having a conversation through the transmission tool or whatever, talking to Michael about, you know, either going after that mutant or going after... or helping our allies. So this is probably when we're with Jay helping the allies, and Michael's off, you know, hunting the monster dude. So I bet if we chose to hunt the monster dude instead of helping the allies, then the roles would be switched around, and we would have been talking to Jay rather than Michael on the tram. This mission is called Beetle in the Anthill. And we're being told to get out of the base. Or it's called Calm Waters. Talk to Oscar O'Connell. Okay, yeah, so this definitely is the Pink Water Security Station. So we were meeting Safar in the station, and I bet the person right next to us was our brother. Oh, this is United Nations armor. I dig it. Wait a minute. This is United Nations armor, but it looks very similar to... It looks very similar to that. Oh, that can't be right because I saw on the chest plate it said Protogen. Yeah, this is different armor. I love the gunplay here. You know, it's very again very Mass Effect-y. The camera angle's a little weird here. Running towards something. There's no UI to tell me what. Got a drone buddy going on here. This is Screaming Series because of the graffiti. Yeah, this would be Series. It's very strange that you'd see a United Nations poster and a Mars poster right next to each other. Then again, this could also be Ganymede because United Nations and Mars are kind of working together to protect Ganymede because it's the breadbasket of the whole entire solar system, more or less. This is definitely Ganymede. I wonder how you can tell. Yeah, I mean, it literally says it right there. Ooh, I like this armor. It's a nice green sheen to it. A good old button mashing. I'm pretty sure this is far. This should be us, so far as piloting a drone, and this is really cool. Echoes in the dark, reach strange objects. Now, I wonder what this is. We got this kind of red glow. Maybe it's red lyrium. How crazy would that be? Red lyrium is a Dragon Age reference. Oh no. Maybe we're looking for some kind of distress beacon? Now, this is very interesting because we got these proto-molecule kind of sparks going around. You can tell it's kind of hitting us at the same time. But, you know, what's with the lasers, though? You know, I wonder if we are, like, fighting something, but it's been, like, turned off in the game. That way it doesn't spoil anything. Because, you know, it's kind of odd that we're just shooting lasers through an empty hallway. I mean, it looks pretty, but Osiris. That is interesting. Protogen. So these people, these are the heavy guys. Who are they fighting? Are they fighting us? Is this Osiris thing some kind of Protogen project? Am I forgetting something from the show? I should probably read the books. I haven't read the books, but I've seen like 3 seasons of the show. I'm kind of saving the next 3 for after I play this game because this game apparently takes place like within the first couple of seasons, and then I got greedy with season number 3. That's our ship again. It's another kind of space station. Got a hybrid taking out a Protogen person. As long as it's not one of our companions, I am happy with that. Oh, look at this guy. He is looking very well defined. Oh, it looks so good. I would be very afraid of this thing. Definitely. No, I'm not sure who this is. Oh no, random hooker lady. Can we hire random hooker ladies? I mean, I'm not complaining. There it is again, Osiris. And so Protogen must have some kind of division because, you know, they have a whole bunch of different light projects. So this must be some kind of Osiris project. I like that the knife is up here. Oh, I like that detail. That's really good. You're just armored to the teeth, ain't you? Oh my goodness. You are going to be a very fun boss battle. I can just tell. Again, though, it's very, 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 very early to be seeing an antagonist. You can tell she clearly has some kind of Protogen stimulant thing going on here. Tio, this is Tio. You're shooting something. This bit right here is very fun. Yeah, so you got the masks on, everything. When you're, you know, doing combat in space and flying through space, there's nothing stopping a high velocity object just turning your ship into Swiss cheese. This is all shrapnel, just shooting all the way through your ship, puncturing holes. So all the air is going to go out through those holes. That's why everyone has their helmets on. That's hooked up to the chair. Because, you know, if everyone was just like, didn't have their helmets on and this was happening, if they were just like walking around, they'd be missing limbs, have holes in them and whatnot. The next immediate thing, if that didn't kill them, they'd have their air sucked out and have a really bad time. This is interesting. I don't know what this is. We're clearly shooting at something. This is some kind of force field. This reminds me of one of the Protogen kind of space station secret labs. And we're kind of going at it head on. And of course the Expanse. Coming spring 2027 alongside Exodus, which is going to be crazy, and closed beta available April 22nd, 2026. I am definitely going to be playing the beta. I will let y'all know how that goes. I hope y'all had a fun time kind of seeing this alongside me. If you're here this long, you know, really thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see more videos like this. Until then though, be safe, be well, be kind. I am going to go get some water because my throat hurts. Oh, I've been talking way too much. Anyway, bye-bye.